as a sign period, that season. It was remarkable. That was the month of March. That was the month that Reverend preached on the topic, the game changer, 2013 March. I think this experience was happening around 17th of March. So I was coming back from work. I entered bus to Lawansin from the island to Lawansin. I got to Lawansin. I was now moving to join Enter Celebus. I just saw a flash of God's light from heaven. This a physical experience I've never had in my lifetime. That was my first time, and I've never had it after that one. A flash from heaven that flashed through my body like a laser beam. I could feel the heat from one side to the other side, that 3 times. That is the Trinity, the power, the presence of God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And Reverend preached that Sunday, talked about the game changer. And the game changer is the Holy Spirit. So when I left, I didn't go to Celestial. I passed through Odo Aaron. There's a market. When I parked, there was a blind man who was begging when I was getting close to the bridge. Something told me, go and pray for that blind man. That blind man will see. I've never had that experience, that encounter. I've never had that encounter before. It was the first time having that encounter. So, out of fear, and the place was dark. People were just passing through that pedestrian bridge. I stood, I looked at that. So I entered the bush where the man was and prayed for him. Out of fear and a whole lot of things, I left. But that night, there was an encounter I had. That encounter was phenomenal. I have to share it here because it was an encounter that showed me that God actually wanted to open that blind eye that very night. So that encounter was that when I slept that night, I noticed I was in a different room in my apartment there, where I was staying there. I noticed that there are about 4 men that entered that room. I could feel the movement. They now put my hand at the back and changed it. I was struggling with them, sleep. But when I woke up that morning, my hand was free. I could move around. But spiritually, there was something that has happened to me. And that was how, from month of March, I navigated to the month of April. Then the next month was the month of May, my birthday. I remember going across I was at work and somebody shared a flyer, kind of, about Mountain of Fire and the prayer. Okay, I think someone shared audio. I was listening to it. It was talking about familiar spirit and all that. I prayed. With it, I listened to it. But that very day of my birthday, on that 2013, that birthday was powerful. That birthday was powerful. I remember that birthday. I came back home. I was tired. Felt I should go to sleep. I didn't even bother eating because it was my bed. I came back. I slept off. Coming all the way from Ireland, and I wasn't driving as at then. So when I slept, I noticed a chain in my hand got loose, as if the angels came and loosed the chain, and the chain fell off. I could hear the sound of the chain falling off, and I stood up out of fear. I jumped out of my room. This was me that was sleeping. I jumped out of the room, just went out, and I said, "What can I tell?" I told my wife, "This was what just happened to me now." This was what just happened to me right now. I could feel chains dropping from in fact, I was feeling that chain physically in my hands. Remember, all these things were things that happened spiritually, but I could feel the effect physically. From the very first time in March, it happened. My hands were chained to that month of May, on my birthday, May 25th. That I could feel the movement, the chain falling off from my hands. That was like the Peter encounter. Nobody can chain a man that God has decided to lose. And that was how, I got myself delivered from that particular incident. So we're going to be praying.